been like a few hours since we pulled out of Honolulu, and we're currently in the wind shadow of the island of Oahu. So we have the engines running. The wind is very light. Basically, these big hills, as you can see behind me, are just like blocking all of our wind. We have to motor through this wind shadow before we can get back into the trade winds and then continue sailing north. The island's very beautiful, very volcanic, like a lot of other islands we've seen in the Pacific. How does it feel to be back at sea?
It's great. Living a dream right now. Look at me, reading my book. It's a beautiful day outside. We're exactly where I want to be.
We are setting off on the second half of our 6,000-mile Pacific crossing. The journey has taken us from the quiet island of Moorea in French Polynesia across 3,000 miles of open ocean to the urban metropolis of Honolulu. And now we're heading across the vast stretch of the North Pacific to Washington. Our vessel is Latifa, a magnificent 80-foot classic yawl built in 1936, a masterpiece from the legendary designer William Fyfe III. Our crew of 5, 4 of which are Cornish with 1 lone Californian, said our final goodbyes to the concrete skyline. We looped around the lee of the island of Oahu, and then it was right back into business. Latifa heeled over and we resumed that all too familiar position, punching into the trades on our way north, slicing through the swell as waves crashed over the deck. It felt like the first 3,000 miles all over again.
So this is our first day on our passage to Washington, and we have moderate trade winds today. As you can see behind me, we've got the full main, which it always just looks so cool on this boat. Sailing close hauled in a flat sea, which is my favorite point of sail. Hello.
A little bit spicier than I wanted. It's not turbo, but there's plenty of sour cream there, yeah.
Hello, chef.
Wow, we've got one of these flat breads. We've got some of this Hawaiian cheese and a chili.
So good.
Sailing from Hawaii to the Pacific Northwest isn't a straight line, it's a complex strategic passage. And the only reliable way to do it is to sail north against the easterly trade winds, climbing in latitude until you can pass over the top of the North Pacific High. Only then can you finally turn east and catch the prevailing westerlies to take you to the mainland. So just like the first leg of our journey, this meant we were right back to work. We dealt with both light and strong winds, keeping busy with headsail changes and tucking reefs into Latifa's massive main. But there's comfort in the trades, rarely too strong or too light, and always without fail from the same direction. They're familiar. Soon we'd be leaving that consistency behind for the higher latitudes, a place where the weather is a chaotic mix of fast-moving systems and you can never be sure what's coming next.
So it's 6 a.m, the sun's just risen. We're on our morning watch. How are you feeling about our first full day at sea?
Pretty amazing, actually. It was a really nice first day, and then it picked up a bit as we left. I slept like the whole night through, pretty much. And it was pretty flat and not that leaky.
How's the heading?
Not great. Alright, so this is day 2 of our North Pacific crossing, and we have some light headwinds today, some light northerlies, which isn't the best wind direction for us as we're trying to go north because we want to get to the northern side of this high, the Pacific High. So northerlies aren't the best wind direction, but we're just sailing like close hauled in 10 knots of wind, which is quite nice. We've got full sail. The sea's pretty flat and the sun's just setting behind me. It's a nice colour. And there's a full moon. You can see it's going to be a full moon tonight.
Not quite.
Sorry.
It's not quite a full moon. Almost,
it's almost there. It's days away, I would say.
Maybe tomorrow or the next.
What are your thoughts about the moon?
Well, sailing under a full moon is always a good night because you can see everything. You can see the water. It's like almost like daylight a bit, but it's nice and cool out. I love the moon.
It's another great day sailing on board Latifa, and we've got some dark chocolate, about as good as dark chocolate gets in the United States of America. Doesn't get much better than this, unfortunately, but what can we do? Alright, so this is day 3 of our North Pacific crossing, and we have pretty moderate trade winds. As you can see, we have 2 head tools, the small jib, the staysail, 1 reef in the main and the full mizzen. And there's a bit of a swell coming out of the north, so even though the wind's on the beam, we're sort of sailing straight into this swell that's coming towards us, which is slightly uncomfortable, and the decks are a little bit wet. And yeah, today is a special day because it's my 3-year sober anniversary, which is always an exciting day to celebrate. So we had a little toast with some non-alcoholic drinks in the cockpit. Yeah, we're just continuing this leg of the journey, which is to just sail north until we pick up the westerlies. Latifa's just ploughing through this swell that's coming from the north. Yeah, it doesn't take much to send water just like shooting over the side of the boat, as you can see. You've had 2 of those now?
Yeah, pretty close to second. There's another one up ahead. They're short and sweet.
This is day 4 of our North Pacific crossing, and we just passed 30 degrees north, which means we are out of the tropics. But we still have the northeast trade winds, or east-northeast trade winds, about 20 knots, and we are sailing close hauled, punching into a bit of a sea at the moment. There's a lot of water coming over the deck, but still sailing at like 8 or 9 knots. So yeah, we're making good progress north towards this Pacific high pressure, and hopefully over the next few days the wind should start to swing round to the beam and even behind the beam, and we'll start to be able to ease the sheets and slowly change our course towards Washington, which is where we're actually going, because right now we're just sailing north until we can find those westerly winds that are going to take us towards Washington. But yeah, Latifa is flying, and yeah, it's been another great day of sailing. How windy is it right now?
25 knots. Pretty good, pretty wet.
What are you listening to?
Some fucking war music.
Nice. So this is day 5 of our North Pacific crossing. Yeah, we're definitely out of the tropics now and back into the North Pacific. The temperature's dropped quite a lot. It's gone grey, and there's quite a lot of wind. It's like 25 knots, gusting 30. There's a lot of water on the deck, a bit of a swell. But yeah, definitely feeling a little bit colder. 34 degrees north, and we're going up to like 42. Very wet out in the cockpit, just constantly waves washing over the deck. It's just been a damp day, very wet.
I'm actually having a great time. I'm not sick. Oh, this day's a lot windier, and a lot more grey, and a lot more damp. It was like kind of waking up into another world. Much more challenging. Gabe's sleeping in the sloop. It's a little bit wet up forward. Just like the air is just damp, so everything's just like absorbing moisture.
And it's your first time wearing shoes?
Yeah. And some brand new fresh woolly socks. I don't know if I've gone in too soon. Feels like it's not quite cold enough yet. I might regret it.
With every mile we sailed north, our latitude rose and the temperature fell. Suddenly, it didn't feel like the tropics anymore. Those sun-drenched shores of Hawaii already felt like a lifetime ago, a distant dream. Our world had become a constant grinding battle to stay warm and dry.
We've had a very wet and windy few days. As of now, the winds come more east, so we're chilled out quite a lot. We were hard on the wind for a while, and it was super wet, rainy. And now, look at that, it's dry. I'm on 12 to 4 with the first 2-hour solo watch, which has been more of a challenge than last time. Gabe is great. We've been talking lots about big adventures and boat projects and all of our dreams, which is really nice. Oh, it's the best crew ever. It's been so good. It's like, you don't want to sleep because you just want to hang out with everybody all the time. At least that's how I feel. Great boat, great crew. It's just an amazing trip.
It's just a dream.
It's just a dream.
That's like seeing, but better. Been enjoying it. I must confess, it's enjoyable to not be going upwind anymore. Then we're all feeling the strain from that a little bit. It's very good. It's very comfy motion. She's very wet. That would be my only. If I was going to criticism, but it's definitely a racing yacht. Yeah, a lot of water on deck.
And down below.
And down below. And everywhere. I'm sleeping right up in the bow, so it's not been without its challenges. I had a shower yesterday and it was fairly infuriating. Yeah, man, I mean, I just looked at the chart, like, we're pointing at Canada now. That's so exciting. We're not going to the Aleutian Islands anymore, which is kind of cool. We're not wearing waterproofs. I mean, what's not to love? It's been a wet couple of days, so yeah, no, having a great time. I mean, the crew's been great. Everyone's on the same page, which is nice. We're all feeling the same feels and getting the same vibes. You know, a group of 5 people in the same place, all aiming towards the same goal. It feels pretty special, you know. Definitely going to be a fairly memorable crossing as well.
Something that I've been thinking about recently, being at sea makes you feel very present. Even if something's a bit tough and like you're kind of wet or like you're slamming around in the galley trying to make food, you just kind of like detach yourself from like being annoyed or like judging the moment and you just accept it for what it is. Being at sea forces you to be really, really present, which is nice.
I'm not sure if we'll ever see the sun again. We're going the wrong way. We've got to turn this boat around, head back south. We're on day 7, I think, but I mean, it feels like it could be day 3. They all kind of blend into each other at this point. Yeah, we're at 37 degrees north. We've still got another 10 degrees of latitude or so to go. It's starting to get quite cold. We're not used to this. We've been pretty hard on the wind for the last week or so it's nice now to have the wind after the beam. The boat's flattened out a little bit and managed to put a little bit more sail up. We're just skirting around like the western side of the centre of the high pressure. We're going to get around the centre of it, up over the top, and then hopefully head east straight to Port Townsend. We've got about 2,000 miles left to go, so a fair old way to go, but I think for 10 or 12 more days of sea. Yeah, it's cold and we're getting a lot of water on the deck and the decks are leaking a lot, but the crew is great and the food is good and morale is high. Morale is high. In a couple of days' time, the closest piece of land to us is going to be the Aleutian Islands in the north of Alaska, which is pretty crazy. It feels like we're a long way out there. We're quite remote.
I'm very fortunate that I get to see the sunrise and the sunset every day. So I have like my afternoon watch, which ends now at like 8 PM, still daylight. And then I start again at 4, so it's just starting to get light. These.
New sunglasses, big up, Valon.
We've seen an albatross a few times, or a few albatrosses, which Gabe was very happy about. Albert Ross.
Yeah.
This is day 8 or potentially day 9 of our North Pacific crossing. Right now we're on the edge of the Pacific high pressure, as you can tell, because the sea is flat and the wind's dropped off a bit. We've got blue skies. It's been a really nice day sailing. The temperature has definitely dropped significantly. The wind, for the first time since we left Tahiti, has gone aft of the beam, which feels really nice. So yeah, we're sailing downwind. We've got full main, full mizzen, these 2 head sails up, and yeah, it's just nice. It's also been quite wet the last few days, so it's nice to get some sunshine and dry everything out again. Looks like it's gonna be a good week of sailing, and it feels great to be going downwind again. The decks are dry for like the first time in as long as I can remember. Today has been a good day of sailing.
Oh, it's at the end of a perfect day.
That's so cool, eh?
Yeah.
Beautiful dolphins!
Thanks again for watching another update from this long voyage across the Pacific. In the next video, the North Pacific completely consumes us. The final leg of this voyage becomes a true test of endurance, pushing us through the cold and the fog until we finally make landfall in a world that feels a universe away from the one we left behind. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure to follow the rest of the Latifa crew. And if you want to support my adventures directly, you can join the crew on Patreon. You'll get exclusive access to my monthly newsletter, The Elixir Express, and be the first to hear about any opportunities to sail on my boat Elixir. Thanks again for being here. I'll see you in the next one.